Now let's negate the definition of the associative property and look at what it means for things to be not associative. So, we defined the associative property as for every A, B, C in the set S, the quantity A star B in parenthesis star C equals A star the quantity B star C in parenthesis. Remember, when we negate, we have to change the for all quantifier to a there exists quantifier, and we have to negate the predicate. So we have to change the equals to a not equals. So I can get my equation menu to work here. Okay, come on. We have star is not associative on S. And this is going to mean that there exists elements A, B, C in the set S. That's where we change the for all to a there exists, such that A star B in parenthesis star C does not equal A star the quantity B star C. So again, when you negate a definition, you go from associative to not associative. The for all quantifier becomes a there exists quantifier. And the predicate, the verb is equal to, gets negated to, does not equal. Now, we proved that addition and multiplication were associative operations. Let's now prove that subtraction is not an associative operation. So we'll prove that subtraction is not associative on the set of reals. Now, to do this, we want to show, remember we use WTS for want to show, and I always recommend when proving these properties, write down what you want to show before you write down the proof. So to prove that subtraction is not associative on the reals, we have to apply this definition of not associative. Our set is the set of reals, and our operation is subtraction. So we want to show that there exists A, B, C in the reals such that the quantity A minus B in parenthesis minus C does not equal A minus the quantity B minus C. Now, because we are asked to prove that things exist, we get to choose them. So let's choose A equals 1. Pick the first three things that come to mind and see that they work. Choose A equals 1, B equals 2, and C equals 3. And C equals 3. Now, these are obviously in the set of reals. So, to show that these two things do not equal, we'll consider the following calculations. Now, remember, to show that two things aren't equal, we just calculate each side separately. So, a minus b in parenthesis minus c equals 1 minus 2 minus 3 equals -1 minus 3 is -4. But if we go the other way around, a minus the quantity b minus c in parenthesis is 1 minus the quantity 2 minus 3 equals 1 minus a -1, which is +2. Therefore, since -4 does not equal 2, we may conclude that a minus b minus c does not equal a minus b minus c in parenthesis. And then a square to end the proof. Okay, so we've just proven that subtraction is not associative on the reals, and for the homework, you will prove that also division is not associative on the reals. Okay, we have one more property to go. Our third property is the one that will be the least familiar and the least likely that you have seen before.